Now, again, let me say like this. For a magnet where magnetic force will be maximum, that particular point will be called pole, and it will be at a end of the magnet only. And geometrical pole means last point of this magnet. See here. Now here, this last point will be there now. This will be called geometrical pole. Actually, it is not a magnetic pole, it is a geometrical pole. Why I am saying about geometrical pole and magnetic pole, that will come in a next point. So let us try to understand about it. Now, general definition of a bar magnetic pole: the point situated slightly inside of a bar magnet where most of its magnetic power is concentrated is called magnetic pole. So just now I said magnetic force will be maximum at some point, and that way point only will be called pole actually. And instead of having that pole at the end of this magnet, it will be there inside of it, somewhere here will be there. So suppose if it is a magnet, and maybe you know that this kind of a magnet will be called bar magnet, and instead of having pole at the end, pole will be there here. So this pole will be called north pole, and this pole will be called south pole. It will not be there at the last end, it will be there inside of it. And now this pole will be called magnetic pole, and this pole will be called geometrical pole. This is MP, magnetic pole, and this is geometrical pole. And tell me whether now let me say like this. Now here, from here to here, whatever the length is there, this length will be called geometrical length. And from here to here, whatever the distance will be there, which will this will be called magnetic length.
Magnetic length.
Right. Now tell me, which length will be more? Magnetic
Then
length?
It will be geometrical length.
Very good. Geometrical length will be
geometrical length will be more.
Magnetic length will be
shorter than geometrical length.
Right. Very good. So shorter than the magnetic, geometrical length. Do you know the relation between magnetic length and geometrical length?
No, sir.
Sir,
Right.
I think so.
Right. Let me say about that particular relation. Magnetic length will be equal to 5/6 times of geometrical length. This will be the relation, and this relation you have to remember. Magnetic length will be equal to 5/6 times of geometrical length. Suppose if geometrical length is 36 centimeter, that means from, let me draw here. Suppose a magnet is there like this. Geometrical length means from this end to this end. From here to here, 36 centimeter is there. Then what will be the length between two that means two magnetic poles, here north pole and
Sir,
here.
then it will be 5/6 into 36.
Very good. Now tell me, magnetic length will be equal to how much?
Sir, in that case, like it is like 5/6 into 36, right? How can we do it? Because it is 5/6, right? Yeah.
6 is 36. 5 into 6 is 30. So 30 centimeter. That means from this particular north pole to this particular south pole will be 30 centimeters. Now you have to understand that from this geometrical end of the magnet, how much distance will be there to the north pole? 3 centimeter. And how much distance will be there from this geometrical end to the south pole? 3 centimeter. So 30 plus 3 plus 3, how much it will be? 36 centimeters. So like this you have to understand. Now try to remember this particular relation. What is the relation? Magnetic length will be equal to 5/6 into geometrical length. Okay. Magnetic length will be equal to 5/6 into geometrical length, and based on this we can ask many problems. If I give magnetic length, you can find out geometrical length. If geometrical length is known, you can find out magnetic length. Okay. Now magnetic axis. What do you mean by magnetic axis? Now you know that.
Sir, can I tell what do you mean by magnetic axis?
Tell me.
Sir, actually, magnetic axis is a line passing through the both magnetic like the magnetic poles.
Very good. Okay, actually I'm not going through them. Right. Anjali, can you give answers? Can you type? Anjali, can you speak?
Yes, sir. She can't speak. She's on a microphone mode.
Right. So then she can give a message. Tell me, Anjali, what is a magnetic axis?
Sir, actually, Anjali can speak.
Okay. Then Anjali, can you speak? Can you hear my voice? Anjali, are you there? Anjali. Okay. So maybe some problem is there with right. So here, what is a magnetic axis? An imaginary line joining the magnetic north and south poles will be called magnetic axis. Now here in this diagram, you can observe clearly that here one magnet was drawn. So one magnet was drawn, and here north pole is there, and here south pole is there, and these two were joined with some line, imaginary line is there, and this line will be called magnetic axis. This line, whatever the line which is there perpendicular to it and which goes through the center of this particular magnet, that will be called equatorial line.
Equatorial line.
Right, this is called equatorial line, and this is called magnetic line, magnetic axis actually. Right. So magnetic axis and the equatorial line, these both you have to remember. The line joining north and south pole of a magnet will be called magnetic axis. The line which is going through the center and which is perpendicular to the magnetic axis will be called equatorial line. And many times, maybe while learning about intensity of the magnetic field, generally we will calculate intensity of the magnetic field along axial line and along equatorial line also we'll discuss. So that's why you should have an idea related to the which is called magnetic axis and which is called equatorial line. Okay, now just now I said the geometrical length whatever is there will be more than that of a magnetic length, and here it was given geometrical length will be more than that of a magnetic length. But generally the length of the magnet, suppose I took one bar magnet like this, and this is a north pole and this is a south pole, and do you know this particular whatever magnetic length is there, the distance between two poles will be called magnetic length, and the whatever the magnetic length is there generally, that means the distance between north and south pole will be there, that will be treated as 2L.
Sir, actually, there is like the distance between what we have learned as magnetic length, that is called as 2L.
Right. Only 1 minute. Wait for a minute. Right. Sorry for the disturbance. So from north pole to south pole, whatever the distance is there, that distance will be treated as 2L. Why it will be treated as 2L? Just now I said the force of whatever magnetic will be there, that will be almost all 0 at the center, and that whatever point is there, from that point any one of the pole will be treated as L. So from this point to again to the south pole will be taken as L. So L plus L will be considered as 2L. So always magnetic length will be shown with a 2L. So L means from where to where? From the center to any one of the pole. From center to another pole generally will be taken as L. So that's why total till length whatever is there for the magnet, we take it as 2L. Now just now I said geometrical length will be equal to, what is the equation? Sorry, magnetic length will be equal to, what is the equation?
5/6 into geometrical length.
5/6 into geometrical length.
Right. So by using that particular thing, whatever wherever magnetic length is there you can use 2L and you can solve the problem. And if they are there in this particular, I will say about them. Who is that? Resound is coming. Right. So a few problems will be there related to this particular magnetic length. But again, which is called magnetic length? The distance between two poles of the magnet will be called magnetic length, and which will be shown with a letter 2L. And the magnetic poles will be there inside of the magnet. They will not be there at the end. And whatever the distance is there between two end points of the magnet, that will be called
geometrical length.
Okay. Now let us solve few questions. and so that we can.
We all can put the answers in the chat box.
You want to give answers in chat box?
Because sir, otherwise it will be like a mess.
Okay. Now message me. When magnet is suspended freely, the end marked N point towards. Only one gave answer. Neha, Pragya. Others who are there, Anjali, Ridhima, and one more is there. No, who is that? Who skipped? Fawaz. Right. So the answer is Yeshika. Yeshika attended.
No sir, Yashika didn't attend us actually.
Okay. Right. So when magnet is suspended freely, then end marked N point towards. Right. A will be the right answer. Geographic north. Geographic means whatever the north pole is there for the earth, that only will be shown by this particular N. Okay. One of the following is not a property of magnet. Anjali, you are not participating. I don't know what is problem with you. Can you listen me or not? So if you can hear me, at least try to give answers for this. One of the following is not a property of a magnet. Pragya gave C first, and after that she corrected it to D. Right. Actually, attraction, it is a property of a magnet. Repulsion is also a property of a magnet. I told you, induction method will be there to magnetize a material. So induction is also a property of a magnet. Reflection. So reflection is not a property of a magnet. So that's why the answer will be D. Okay, right. Next, if the length of the magnet is L, then the effective length of the magnet is. The effective length of the magnet is. Very good. The effective length of the magnet is 2L. Just now I said from center point to any one of the pole will be taken as L, and then definitely the length between two poles will be considered as 2L, and that will be the effective length of a magnet. And only two people are giving answers always, so it is better to give answer by your microphone. Why need this particular chat box again? Okay, only
sir.
right. The magnetic strength or magnetic intensity is maximum at dash of a bar magnet.
False.
Right, very good. Poles of a bar magnet. Next, the regions of concentrated magnetic strength inside of a magnet just near its end are called magnetic.
False.
Poles.
Very good. Poles. The attraction of iron filings in a magnet is maximum at.
Poles
Poles
of the magnet.
Right, poles of the magnet. Just now I said to do this activity. So try to do it this activity. Keep that bar magnet in a sand, and take it out. Observe it at the poles. More iron filing, that black color powder will be there, and at the center less powder will be there. So at the poles, what will be there? Attraction of that part.
Yes, yes, sir, I tried it. I tried it, sir. And if you keep it on paper, it creates a beautiful pattern also.
Yeah, right. And you can even find out magnetic lines of forces by using that iron filings. One more activity will be there related to it. You can do it. Right. So next one is for making electromagnets, which material will be used?
Soft
So I think
soft iron.
C part.
Right. C will be right answer. But why only soft iron? Why you think so?
Sir, I think it's soft iron because iron is one of the objects that are mostly attracted to a magnet, and steel we don't know because there are many types of steel. There are stainless steel and all, and we don't know if it's the attractive type of steel or not. And copper and aluminium and they don't get attracted towards the magnet.
Okay. But before that, let me ask you one question here. What is an electromagnet? What do you mean by it? Electromagnet.
Sir, electromagnet means a piece of magnetic object that is struck by electricity and it creates an electromagnet.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Can I just tell why I opted soft? I'm not sure, but I'll just try. I think because iron mostly, if we tell like it contains more electricity, and when it comes of soft iron, not only it should conduct using, we are doing it like using electricity, we are making it a magnet. So in iron or any other kind of metals, what mainly happens will be when electricity pass through, it will be just be a conductor. I
Okay.
think.
Okay. So your attempt is good. So let me clarify your doubts. Generally, electromagnet means it will exhibit magnetic property whenever electricity is passing through it. So that will be called electromagnet. By electricity, it will exhibit magnetic property. So electromagnets are only temporary magnets. Now maybe you know that if you anyone are having electrical bells in our houses, in that electrical bells, what will be there inside? The electromagnet will be there. And whenever we switch on electricity, then in that magnetic property will be created, and because of that magnetic property, it will touch some metal there, and thereby it will give some sound for us. So electromagnets are purely temporary magnets. That means when electricity passes, then only it must exhibit magnetic property. If electricity is stopped, then definitely it should not exhibit magnetic property. So it is a only temporary magnet actually. And whatever the material is there, definitely that material must be there like this. If electricity passes, very quickly it has to gain magnetic property. If electricity stops, very quickly it has to lose its magnetic property. So only the whatever four things are given: aluminum, steel, soft iron, and copper. Among these, soft iron is a material which can rapidly, which can demagnetize rapidly. That means it loses its magnetic property very quickly, and it can be made into the magnet very quickly. So quickly you can magnetize it, very quickly you can demagnetize it. That's why only we use which one? Soft iron to make electromagnets. Maybe you understood this particular thing, why we use soft iron only. Why we use soft iron for electromagnet?
Because it rapidly
Because it
gets
can
rapidly
become an
being a
electromagnet
magnet.
and
Also,
rapidly
it
use it
rapidly
electromagnetism.
demagnetizes.
Right. So electromagnet is a pure temporary magnet, and it has to very quickly magnetize and very quickly demagnetize. That's why only we use soft iron. And if we take aluminum, steel, and copper, they will not be that much very quick to magnetize or demagnetize. So that's why we use soft iron to make electromagnets more.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is
Otherwise,
about
it's the bell will keep ringing and ringing and ringing.
like that. So for that reason only we use soft iron to make electromagnet. So this is about today's session actually, and more things are there actually with these magnets. And at anyway, we are having one more session, and in that session we are going to discuss more things related to this particular magnetism. And I hope you enjoyed today's class. Is it clear? All the topics?
Yes, sir, very
Sorry, all the
much.
content?
Yes, sir, it's very much clear.
Yes, sir.
Right. So keep on doing whatever the project which were done by Pragya. So keep on doing like that. And if I have any project with me, and I will show that also in the next coming sessions, I'll try to bring them and I will show them if it is related to our topic. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
right,
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
right.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. అయిపోయిందా?